Welcome into Game Night, a special edition of Game Night from Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. The Washington Commanders back in the win column, 41-24 over the Raiders. Peace offering here. Commanders, Eagles tonight. I was standing right here in section 108 as right behind us, Ovi on the left side in his office where he's scored so many times before, tied Wayne Gretzky's all-time scoring record. Well, the great chase has come to an end on Long Island. Alexander Ovechkin, career goal number 895, and he has officially surpassed Wayne Gretzky for the NHL's all-time leading goal scorer. The legend herself, Billie Jean King, to be out here with these kids today and have the chance to teach them some lessons and life lessons, tennis lessons.
They're teaching me too. We learn from each other.
For Alex Ovechkin being the one that's going to probably break your record, for it to be him specifically, what can you say about what he's done his entire career and how special this is?
We mentioned it at the beginning of the show. 876, take a look. That's our Alex Ovechkin bobblehead goal counter from the Washington Capitals. We thank them for that as we track history here.
All right, back in the Commanders locker room, shaded segment, of course, with Javon Kinlaw. Javon, you wouldn't do it yesterday because I didn't bring my sunglasses in the locker room.
Yeah, bro. You got right today, though. You know what I'm saying? I messed with it.
All right, well, I got right with the sunglasses today. I know you guys are trying to pick up the W in the win column this week, trying to turn things around. Who did Dylan Strome score a hat trick against last season? What team?
New York Islanders.
There we go.
Montgomery County was the first county in the country to add pickleball as a varsity sport. But MCPS, they took it a step further, taking pickleball across the seas on a diplomacy trip to China. 2018, Washington Capitals winning the Stanley Cup. I got emotional putting this video together, just seeing these sights again. Everybody in this city, in this DMV, remembers where they were for that moment. I was downtown that night with my friends, my senior year of college.
I guess Alex Ovechkin here.
Today, yeah.
So, there's been a lot of talk about, the greatest of all time, the goats that were there. He's definitely in a consensus for a lot of people, the greatest DC sports athlete probably in the four major sports. But I want to start with your question before we get to Tigers is who's joining the Great Eight on that Mount Rushmore if you think of the top four?
Yeah, well, let's get right to it. There's no question, Alex Ovechkin, he's going to be the first person on our Mount Rushmore. Let's pull it up right now if we can. You got to put him on the left. I mean, he wins the Stanley Cup in 2018. Goals record now, that solidifies himself, I think, as the greatest DC sports athlete of all time. Number two, I have to go with Darryl Green from the Washington Commanders franchise. 2-decade career, winning 2 Super Bowls, 7 Pro Bowl appearances. I mean, the longevity, the playmaking ability. And then from basketball, Wes Unseld, NBA MVP, NBA champ, Finals MVP 1978. Of course, when he won MVP, it was his rookie year. He also won Rookie of the Year in 1969. And then finally, John Riggins, 1982 postseason, probably the best we've ever seen from a running back, aside from maybe Saquon Barkley this year. He scored, of course, that big touchdown against the Dolphins to give the Washington franchise their first ever Super Bowl. Ladies and gentlemen, it is March. Today is one of my favorite days of the year, Selection Sunday. And tonight we're taking you across the DMV to College Park, where both the Maryland men's and women's basketball teams are getting ready for the madness. In Northern Virginia, the George Mason women's team, fresh off an Atlantic 10 title, Patriots hoping to continue their hot play. And we're taking you into the district, the American Eagles men's basketball team, dancing for the first time in over a decade. We'll break it all down tonight on Game Night.
The only 7-day-a-week sports show in the DMV. From DC News Now, this is Game Night.
Nothing like that feeling of seeing your name pop across that screen for the NCAA tournament. You gotta love that. Welcome into Game Night. I'm your host tonight, Alex Flum. The madness is here, and this year's men's and women's NCAA tournaments are shaping up to be very interesting and a great year for our local teams. And we've got some guests in house and reporters in the field tonight. Tiger Munn is live tonight in College Park at the Xfinity Center, while Jake Rahm is stationed out at Eagle Bank Arena in Fairfax. We will get to both of you guys soon. But first, let's jump right into where our local teams are heading. And we start with the Maryland Terrapins men's basketball team. The Terps putting together one of their best seasons in this century, earning a number 4 seed in the West region. The Terps will take on 13th seed Grand Canyon. That game scheduled for Friday. This is their highest seeding since they were a 4 seed back in 2015. So the matchup set for Maryland Friday at 4:35 p.m. Eastern Time, Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. This is Grand Canyon's 4th trip to the tournament in 5 years under head coach Bryce Drew. Last season as a 12 seed, they did upset 5th seed St. Mary's in the round of 64. The winner of this matchup will meet 5 seed Memphis or 12 seed Colorado State. Florida is the number 1 seed in the region. For the Maryland women's basketball team, it's been a season of challenges and up and down moments. Entering Selection Sunday, it seemed like the Terps would be heading on the road for the tournament. But how about this? The Terps earning a number 4 seed, which means they will host the first 2 rounds in College Park. The Terps are set to face 13th seed Norfolk State, and you can see the smiles from Brenda Fries and her team. And how could they not be smiling the way things have shaken out for them here with this seeding? This is the 15th straight trip to the NCAA tournament for Maryland under Fries. The Terps bowed out in the first round last year, but made a run all the way to the Elite Eight back in 2023. This matchup will be Saturday at the Xfinity Center. We're waiting on the official start time. The Spartans just won the MEAC for the 4th straight year, beating Howard in the title game. The other matchup here in College Park in that round of 64, Alabama against Green Bay, South Carolina, is the bracket's 1 seed in that region. So why don't we head out to College Park? Tiger Munn hearing from both the men's and women's teams tonight at the Xfinity Center. Tiger, let's start with the women. What was their reaction to hosting? Did they seem surprised? We're fired up, and it's time for a big, deep exhale, because the big thing here, guys, is that Terry McLaurin is now on track to play in Week 1 against the New York Giants on September 7th. Huge news for the Washington Commanders. After a months-long contract dispute, the team has reportedly signed Terry to a 3-year, $96 million extension. As McLaurin was instrumental in the team's success last season, he's now under contract through 2028. And let's take a look at how we got here. This all started in May and June when Terry McLaurin did not show up to the team's OTAs or minicamp in late July. He didn't show up for the start of training camp either. He eventually did come out a few practices in, coming out to sign autographs, but was placed on the physically unable to perform list. July 31st, Terry McLaurin took it a step further, requested a trade. The team made it clear they had no intention to trade him. August 16th, he was activated off the physically unable to perform list, the PUP list, still not practicing at that point, which brings us to today. Terry McLaurin signing his extension, becoming the tied for 6th highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, making on average $32 million a year. He's the only guy, though, in the top 8 receivers highest paid that's going to be 30 years old this season. So,
and Alex, it was never expected he was going to reset the market, so he'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for Terry. We're still waiting to find out how much of this is guaranteed, but it's great for both sides because they really needed to get a deal done. This is basically all we talked about all summer with this team. So we're relieved now that we can actually focus on the football. Field trip day is always highly anticipated for the Maryland women's basketball team. This year's game against Central Connecticut State with a reported attendance of 17,300, the largest crowd in any NCAA women's basketball game this entire season so far. And head coach Brenda Fries leading her undefeated Terps, getting into the spirit. Check out her jersey number on field trip day, number 67. And I think it's best we fast forward to when the Terps had 64 points in this game. You can probably guess why we're doing this. Take a look. There's Jones.
Cover your ears.
So that is Maryland reaching 67 points in the game. Great call by my sports broadcasting student Ryan Martin on that one.
On with it.
So Maryland having fun with the 6-7 stuff, but Terps won that game 98-30. They are now 13-0 this season, number 7 in the country. Maybe they'll move up to number 6.
Let's hope so. Yeah.
Solid. All right.
Really, take it away.
Well, we hope it's about to end. He's still got to make the kick. If the kick is missed, it would go to overtime, but we don't want to put that energy out there, guys. 3 seconds on the clock. Dan Quinn looks nervous. The team looks nervous. The kicker situation's been crazy for years. But let me give you a refresher here. It is 20-20. Zane Gonzalez coming out for a field goal. 36 37-yard attempt to give the Commanders their first playoff win since 2005, 2006. Here it comes, guys. The kick is up. It is doink and doink it in! Doink it in, guys! The Commanders win! First playoff victory since the 2005 season! You're not dreaming! This is real! Guys, I was 9 years old the last time they won a playoff game. I never thought I'd see this again. Let's take you around the room. Come on. Let's see. What do we think? What do we think, guys? Let's go! How does this feel? Oh my goodness. Incredible. Let's come over here. Hey, how you feeling, my friend? Oh my God. Can you believe it? Oh, we believe in miracles. Let's go back to our friends back here. All right. Come on over here, James, right? What do we think? What do we think?
Hey, beautiful when we did it. We're here. Let's go.
Aaron, did you ever think you'd see this?
Man, hey, I knew it was going to happen. He did it the last 5 weeks. I knew he was going to do it again. JD5 MVP. Let's go.
I want to ask you guys, 20 plus years of suffering for DMV football fans. What does this moment mean to you?
I heard you said you were 9 years old when you last saw a playoff win. I was 5 years old. This means absolutely everything. My dad asked me, why do you want to be a Washington fan? I've been waiting my whole life for this, man. It is everything. Absolutely everything. Let's
Congratulations.
go.
We're celebrating it with you. I mean, what else can you say? It's been 20 years, and the Commanders won a playoff game. You're not dreaming. Celebrate it. Enjoy it. Guys, we're going to send it back to you, but we're partying here the rest of the night. Back to you guys.
Take a look at this picture. I believe this was 2007. That's me in the middle. You see
Get
what
outta
number I'm
here,
wearing on
man.
my jersey? You guys
Get
were playing the
outta
Tampa
here.
Bay Bucks. I actually think Josh Johnson was the starting quarterback on the other
Wow.
side. I don't know if you remember that game, but it's pretty cool, man, to be
That's
standing here with you
2007?
almost 20 years later, hosting a show with you.
That is crazy.
And then, yeah, I remember this was the first Monday Night Football game I ever watched
That
in
was
my life.
That
A
was my
miracle.
first year here,
2
man.
touchdowns. I mean,
Second game of the season.
You know, as a DC sports fan, I grew up around here. What does it mean to you to know the impact you have on people throughout this whole DMV area?
It's strange, man. I mean, you know me. I roam like anybody else. You know what I mean? I understand that God gave me, blessed me in a way you never know. And that's why I've always also told myself throughout my journey to treat people like you want to be treated, because you never know when you'll meet them again. And here I am, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Side by
Well,
side with
appreciate
you,
that.
buddy.
Well, you know, my mom bought the jersey so many sizes too big that I can still wear it today.
That's what I'm talking
still
about.
my go-to when I'm.
Well, you
if I'm
can't get
off
rid
and
of it
away.
anyway, man. It's
Yeah, no.
89,
It's
baby.
it's hanging in my closet. As Alexander Ovechkin makes history, a local artist is painting that history into the skyline of the district, partnering with the team to paint a mural in Adams Morgan. Here's a look at what's gone into the creation.
I mean, how many 100,000 slide shots has he hit in his lifetime? We're just seeing the tip of the iceberg. What we're celebrating is repetitive motion. I think that's what painting is repetitive motion. Doing something, but doing it a million times.
As Alexander Ovechkin chipped away at Wayne Gretzky's all-time scoring record, Brandon Hill was working on his own masterpiece.
You know, I think I called this piece GOAT, you know, greatest of all time. Yeah, I got to make the 8 pinch more.
Hill lives in Washington. He grew up in Baltimore rooting for the Caps. He knows Ovi's legacy well.
There's these moments in sports and you're like, I was there, I knew where I was, and this happened at that time. And there's not that many of them that happen, you know, these moments in sports, you know. And it's cool to be around, it's cool to be a fan of, and but I just think it's a really cool piece for hockey.
In his art, Hill is celebrating moments from throughout Ovi's career.
So this is like the early Screaming Eagle, that blue was kind of like a turquoisey blue, you know what I mean? It wasn't like that deep navy they're using, you know. So I just took all the colors from the whole history and just, you know, used all of them.
For a player that's put so many smiles on DC sports fans' faces, it's only fitting that he's imprinted into the skyline.
What we're looking at, you know, that's a result of, you know, urban planning and civil architecture, you know, so to be able to kind of affect the skyline, be able to affect or think about how people think about an area, a street corner, this exact wall. when you see something that's like 50 times the size of you, you know, it's kind of like you become the crayon. You know, your whole body's the crayon. But I think that's just really, it's really cool. Yeah, I'm good. That's it. That's the one.
Reporting in Adams Morgan, Alex Flum, DC News Now.